When Manchester United spent 74 million euros to bring Sesko from Red Bull Leipzig, the expectations were sky high.
There's a slip from Urban. Shoot, he says. Oh!
But after going scoreless in his first 6 games, the critics sharpened their knives. What they didn't see, though, was the evolution happening beneath the surface.
Man United are in the position that they are in today because they have repeatedly gone and taken huge gambles on players that were not at the level yet.
Because now, game by game, Sesko is starting to click. And once he does completely, the Premier League might just have a new nightmare to deal with.
I'm really happy. I think he has a great potential. In everything he does, he can play different type of footballs. He's going to feel that Premier League is really aggressive. He's going to learn.
Let's look at the numbers. 12 shots, 6 on target, 2 goals, all from inside the box. That's not luck. That's a striker rediscovering his natural hunting ground.
To the right, and now United on the edge of the area, and already a chance for...
Sesko lives within those tight spaces, where milliseconds decide games. Every time the ball finds him in the area, he turns chaos into opportunity. 5 created chances from just 18 touches inside the box. And with 16 aerial duels won, he's proving to be more than a poacher. He's a physical weapon, a forward who can hold, link, and dominate defenders in the air. And yet, he's only getting started. His confidence is building. His chemistry with his teammates is growing. And under Ruben Amorim's system, his role is becoming clearer every week.
Benjamin Sesko, we've just spoken to him and he's saying that there's more to come from Benjamin Sesko. He scored in back-to-back games. He's doing exactly what you need him to do as a striker, but he thinks there's still more from him. Would you agree?
He has potential to do so much more. That is the good thing on Ben. But the small details, like not just the goals that, of course, he lives for the goals, and the media puts a lot of pressure to score goals as a striker. But the important thing is every time we kick the ball today, he was there, every ball. And that is, for me, it's the most important thing.
But Sesko is only half the story. The other half, the one that truly unlocks this attack, is Bryan Mbeumo. The Cameroonian is everything Amorim wanted for his rebuild: speed, intelligence, and ruthless efficiency. Last season, he produced 27 goal contributions in the Premier League, only behind Salah and Isak. And this year, he's already carrying the same momentum, with 2 goals and 1 assist to start the campaign.
As well, Jensen is there. Mbeumo working the angle.
For a team that scored just 44 goals last season, Mbeumo's impact is seismic. He doesn't just finish chances, he creates them out of nothing. His ability to turn half chances into goals makes him one of the most underrated forwards in the division.
Meanwhile, Diogo Dalot into the penalty area. He's going to try and get across the way to Mbeumo!
Together, Sesko and Mbeumo have already transformed the rhythm of Manchester United's attack. They complement each other perfectly. The raw power and spatial intelligence of the Slovian fused with the explosiveness and creativity of the Cameroonian. It's no longer a question of if they'll explode, it's when. And when that happens, defenders across the Premier League will have nowhere to hide. Bryan Mbeumo has wasted no time making his presence felt at Manchester United.
Here's Mbeumo, brilliant goal! A first goal for Manchester United for Bryan Mbeumo. A first goal by a Manchester United player.
It's not that goals and assists have come in waves, but the impact is already crystal clear. He runs relentlessly, presses hard, and constantly stretches defenses. His adaptation has been quick and sharp.
Impressive the way he stretched the team, the quality that he has in the first touch, and you can feel it that we are a different team because when we win the ball we have one guy stretching the team.
Back at Brentford, Mbeumo was known as a restless player who never stood still. Last season, he recorded 2,250 pressures in the Premier League, the 9th highest among all players. That's exactly the kind of energy Ruben Amorim wanted at Old Trafford, a forward with pace, strength, and smart movement who thrives on attacking space. A perfect example came against Chelsea. Just 4 minutes in, Mbeumo sprinted onto a flick-on from Sesko, raced in behind, and forced Robert Sanchez into a red card. That moment changed the entire game, and United went on to win 2-1. These kinds of situations simply didn't exist with Højen leading the line, but with Sesko and Mbeumo, United have found a deadly route forward.
Dance with him! Shoot!
Emre's side are clearly trying to get runners in behind, and it's becoming one of their most dangerous weapons this season. Mbeumo, playing slightly narrower than he did at Brentford, has been the one reading those movements best. He's already made 138 off-ball runs, second in the league, including 83 runs in behind, the highest of any player, ahead of Watkins and Gyökeres. The numbers tell the story. 3 goal involvements, 2 goals and 1 assist. The most minutes played by any United forward, and a key role in an attack that leads the Premier League in expected goals. 10.1 expected goals, averaging 2.03 per match. Their best since 2011-2012. Only Erling Haaland has taken more shots this season. Mbeumo's 9 chances created rank him inside the top 10 in the league. His 3.1 non-penalty expected goals plus expected assists are only bettered by Haaland's 6.7. Impressive numbers for someone still settling in.
Bro! Come on, man! Come on, bro! Dance with him! Shoot!
What really stands out is not just the effort, but the intelligence. Mbeumo is reading the game, adjusting to Emre's dynamic front line with Sesko and Kuna, and becoming that quick, unpredictable forward United have been missing. And now, we'll break down exactly how Mbeumo is turning into a nightmare for Premier League defenses. Bryan Mbeumo is doing absolutely everything at Manchester United right now. The biggest weapon in his arsenal, his quick shooting. It doesn't matter where he is on the pitch, he lets it fly. And the best part is his focus. He never switches off. Just look at that moment against City. He stole the ball on the edge of the box, spun around at full speed, and hit a rocket before anyone could react. Ruben Amorim is using him like a wide number 10 with a strict instruction to stay wide. It's a simple idea, but it creates chaos. One of the clearest examples came from a perfect Bruno Fernandes ball over the top. Mbeumo timed his run, controlled it with a brilliant touch inside the box, and fired off his trademark quick shot. Only a big save from the keeper kept that one out. And it's not just about shooting. Mbeumo's intelligence in the box is also lethal. Against Burnley, when he found himself unmarked, he spotted Diallo in a better position and played a perfect pass, a chance Diallo somehow missed. He's also shown how he can play as a number 9. His change of pace inside the penalty area was a pure striker instinct, creating just enough space to slot the ball home. It was a reminder that he's not just a winger. One of the key reasons Amorim keeps him out wide is the chemistry he's building with Amad Diallo. Their connection is growing match by match. In one brilliant move, Mbeumo drifted inside, combined with Diallo, and sent a gorgeous pass to Mason Mount for the opening goal. And these are just a handful of examples. His highlight reel already includes everything. Quick shots, 1v1 finishes,
Switch of play from Norgard to find Mbeumo, tiptoeing his way into the Newcastle box, and Mbeumo!
headers, runs in behind,
It's in towards Mbeumo. It is 4. A brilliant counter-attacking goal.
he's becoming a complete offensive threat. But maybe the most exciting part is how seamlessly he's linking up with Diallo and Sesko. That front line is starting to click, and when it does fully, it's only a matter of time before the goals start flowing non-stop. Benjamin Sesko is starting to leave his mark at Manchester United, and it's happening fast. The Slovakian striker has stepped into the role that Rasmus Højen struggled to fill last season, a consistent, dangerous number 9. And if he keeps this trajectory, United's attack will reach another level. Ruben Amorim has been impressed, as he put it. The thing I like most in Ben is, even when things are hard for him with the ball, he's working hard in every minute of the game. And that work rate is what's turning Sesko from a prospect into a real problem problem for Premier League defenses. At 22, Sesko is already becoming one of Europe's most complete center forwards. He's tall, over 6'3", powerful, technically gifted, and fast. But he's not just a big target man. His movement is clever. He loves attacking the space through the middle, timing his runs to arrive on the blind side of center backs. Once he's through, good luck catching him. His physicality lets him hold off defenders, win fouls, and give United time to push up the pitch. But what's really stood out is how clean his first touch has become. He can lay it off, combine quickly under pressure, and bring others into play, something United desperately needed from their number 9. And don't underestimate his pace. He's not a classic sprinter, but his top speed of 34.9 kilometers per hour is enough to trouble even the best high lines. That makes him deadly in transition, especially when United release him early. But the biggest step has come where it matters most, in front of goal. Sesko has hit double figures for 3 straight seasons, scoring 14 and 13 league goals in his last 2 campaigns. He might not be in Haaland territory yet, but he strikes the ball with frightening precision and power, especially with his right foot. Most of his goals come from 8 to 12 meters, often from slightly left of center positions, where he sets his body fast and finishes before defenders can react. That decisiveness is key. He doesn't need extra touches. He just shifts, strikes, and punishes. And when the ball's loose in the box, he's there. Quick reactions, killer instincts. That's something United have been missing up front for years. And the best part, he's already showing all of this in a red shirt. One of the clearest examples of Benjamin Sesko's power and explosiveness came against Manchester City, in a play that perfectly summarized his instincts as a modern striker. It started with Mazraoui spotting space behind City's high defensive line. Even before the pass was made, Sesko had already read the movement. His anticipation was half a second quicker than the 2 center backs. The moment the ball left Mazraoui's foot, the Slovenian was already sprinting into position, using his raw acceleration to slice between both defenders. That single movement, timing, awareness, and pure athleticism turned what seemed like a routine long pass into a one-on-one situation. Once ahead, Sesko's stride length made it impossible for defenders to recover, and he found himself bearing down on goal with terrifying ease. Another perfect example of Benjamin Sesko's completeness as a forward came in the match against Sunderland, a moment that showed not only his physical dominance, but his intelligence and teamwork in the final third. The play began with Bruno Fernandes picking him out in the midfield. Rather than holding the ball or forcing a direct run toward goal, Sesko immediately assessed the situation. With just 2 touches, he turned and spotted Amad Diallo, sprinting into open space between the lines. The timing of the pass was exquisite, weighted just enough to bypass the opposition's midfield block while allowing Diallo to receive it in stride. What followed was the direct consequence of Sesko's awareness. Diallo carried the ball from midfield to the edge of the 6-yard box, unleashing a thunderous strike. That entire move was born from Sesko's decision-making, his ability to switch instantly from finisher to facilitator. This moment underlines a vital truth about the Slovenian striker. He's not a static number 9 waiting for service. He's dynamic, involved, and capable of creating danger in multiple ways, by scoring himself or by enabling his teammates to do so. In that same match against Sunderland, Benjamin Sesko once again demonstrated one of the most valuable traits any striker can possess: the instinct to be in the right place at the right time. The sequence began from a long throw-in by Diogo Dalot, launched deep into the box in search of a potential header. The Sunderland defenders rose first and managed to flick the ball on, but instead of clearing the danger, their touch only redirected it into a dangerous central zone. That's where Sesko's anticipation separated him from everyone else. While others were still reacting, he had already positioned himself perfectly between the defensive line and the goalkeeper. When the ball dropped, he didn't hesitate for a second. One quick stretch of the leg, one clean contact, and the ball was in the back of the net. It was a classic striker's goal, simple in execution, but built on awareness, timing, and composure. Sesko didn't need power or flair. He just needed to be there. and that's precisely what makes him such a natural finisher. Another play that perfectly captures Benjamin Sesko's hunger and relentless drive for goals came against Brentford, a sequence that turned chaos into opportunity through sheer determination. It began with a misplaced cross into the box. Bryan Mbeumo, always sharp and aggressive, fought to keep the play alive, challenging for the loose ball. In the scramble that followed, the ball ricocheted into Sesko's zone. Without hesitation, the Slovenian connected with a powerful header, his first attempt forcing a reaction from the defenders. The rebound fell awkwardly behind him, but instead of giving up the play, he improvised instantly, swinging his right leg to redirect the ball once more toward goal. The goalkeeper managed to parry it again, but Sesko wasn't done. Showing the instinct and hunger that define elite strikers, he chased down the loose ball, reacted faster than everyone around him, and finally smashed it home from just a few yards out. It wasn't the cleanest goal of his career, but it was perhaps one of the most revealing. It showed what sets him apart, that obsession with scoring, that refusal to stop until the ball crosses the line. In the match against Chelsea, Benjamin Sesko once again showcased his hunger and explosive instincts inside the box. The play began with another dangerous delivery from Patrick Dorgu, who whipped a sharp curling cross into the danger area. Sesko instantly recognized what was coming. His awareness kicked in before the defenders could react. Reading the trajectory, he made a sharp diagonal run, breaking away from his marker and slipping in behind the defensive line. For a split second, it looked as though the move would end in goal. Sesko had created the perfect separation, completely outmaneuvering his man. But the pace and angle of Dorgu's cross were just a touch too quick, flying inches beyond his outstretched boot. Even though he didn't make contact, the play said everything about him, his anticipation, acceleration, and determination to be in the right place at the right time. That kind of movement can't be taught, it's instinct. In that same clash against Chelsea, Benjamin Sesko once again proved how complete a forward he's becoming. The play began with a long clearance from Altay Bayındır, and Sesko, reading it early, leapt above his marker to win a powerful, precise header that released Bryan Mbeumo straight through on goal. That single touch turned defense into attack in seconds. Mbeumo charged forward before being taken out by Robert Sanchez, earning the Chelsea keeper a red card. It was the perfect snapshot of Sesko's impact, combining power, awareness, and teamwork. He's not just scoring goals, he's creating danger from nothing and showing why he's fast becoming the complete striker Ruben Amorim needs. Benjamin Sesko and Bryan Mbeumo have become the heartbeat of Ruben Amorim's new Manchester United, a duo that's transforming the club's attack from stagnant to electric. Sesko has brought power, precision, and a relentless hunger for goals. His timing, movement, and ability to create danger out of nothing have given United a focal point they've lacked for years. Meanwhile, Mbeumo's creativity and directness have added unpredictability and pace to every counterattack, finally giving the Red Devils a player who can turn half chances into goals. Together, they're redefining the team's offensive identity. United are no longer hesitant in the final third. They're faster, more vertical, and infinitely more dangerous. Their chemistry is growing match by match. Sesko drawing defenders in, Mbeumo exploiting the gaps, and both feeding off Amorim's pressing, high-intensity system. The results are already visible, but this is just the beginning. If Amorim continues to refine the structure around them, tightening the midfield, building on their synergy, United could soon possess one of the most devastating attacking duos in the Premier League. For the first time in years, Old Trafford has reason to believe again, because with Sesko and Mbeumo leading the line, Manchester United's future looks terrifyingly bright.